Hello everyone, welcome to Astro Reader PH and thanks for dropping by for some astrology. As I speak, we are having the solar eclipse in Taurus. You're probably feeling like things are speeding up right now. This week is the start of a major energy change, a new chapter in our lives that will culminate around October. New courses of action, new goals. Along with the solar eclipse, we observe some economic disasters, hyperinflation, food shortages, market crashes. These are ways that the eclipse brings our attention to our own security. So over the coming months, we'd focus on securing ourselves, both materially, with our assets and finances, and internally, with our physical and emotional well-being. So we're gonna be concerned not only with our wallet and possessions, but also with recovering from trauma, hardship, or loss. Pluto just also went retrograde in Capricorn. We'd probably have a more moderate approach from now on, take less risks, and we'll keep our cards closer to our chest, become more selective when sharing our resources and trust with people. We have a small blessing as we open up this eclipse season, as Venus meets with Jupiter in Pisces on May 1. For many of us, this could be a much needed rest, an opportunity to escape and reflect. We could get in touch with our spiritual side and rejuvenate our souls. One side effect of this wonderful energy is we could spend a little more this weekend. We're in a pampering mood after all, but with this energy, all that spending could be worth it. Just try to curb the temptation once Venus goes void around May 2. When Venus goes void, our purchases and indulgences may not be so satisfying anymore. Venus moves to Aries from May 3 and will stay there until May 28. With this, we become more focused with beautifying ourselves. We could be spending more on clothes, makeup, or beauty treatments, like facials because Aries relates to the face. So it's all about crafting the impression we make. Just try not to focus on yourself too much so that your partner doesn't feel left out. Next, you might want to get your affairs in order this week because things are going to be more complicated next week. Mercury just moved into Gemini, which is its natural sign. So communications, logistics, documents, transportation, and other mental tasks should move along pretty fast this week. We're still in the shadow phase of Mercury though, so there are going to be some issues with these tasks that we may have to go back on sometime in the future. This is the week before Mercury goes retrograde too, so it's safe to say it's going to be pretty busy. The days leading up to Mercury retrograde often feel like we're cramming too many activities in a small period, which can get mentally exhausting. But while it can get really fast-paced, we can also accomplish a lot. Just be ready to have to go back and redo or correct some things in the future. This brings me back to Elon Musk and his controversial purchase of Twitter. About that, wow, he finally did it, didn't he? Congratulations to Elon. Just a little concern of mine. I feel that it may be just the beginning of a long challenge for his goals with Twitter. His Twitter deal wasn't exactly done during the best astrological times. As I said, it's pretty risky to make major moves during the void period before a solar eclipse, Mercury shadow, and many other transits. So I expect to see some obstacles for Elon along the way. These will start to come out during Mercury retrograde. Privately, I feel like Elon may be getting constant headaches from this deal right now, which hopefully doesn't push him to back out. So hang on there, Elon. Another development this week is that Sun conjuncts Uranus in Taurus, mostly for the whole week. This is an exciting, random energy. It's in Taurus, so it could highlight our talents, money and assets, relationships, and values, what makes us unique. This could also provide a boost in our unorthodox income, or give us ingenious ideas on how to increase our money or security. It could also bring a sudden gain or loss of money. As I always say, just take care to avoid the latter part. As I said, markets are pretty volatile this week. Uranus also rules intuition, so this could be a time we receive some important otherworldly information or knowledge, and a great time to think out of the box. This may also be a fulfilling time for groups, organizations, and friendships, and give us a sense of belonging to a cause greater than ourselves. But on the flip side, be careful not to fall into a cult or mob-like mindset. This energy will be highlighted around the 8th to 9th, as a T-square emphasizes it. Finally, we're having the last few degrees of Jupiter in Pisces this week. As I said in another video, the final degrees of Pisces are highly mystical and spiritual degrees. So this is a great week to really delve deep into the mysteries of the universe and enlighten ourselves. We could also be facing some heavy spiritual baggage right now that we must work on and finally release next week. This week could also have a calm before the storm energy. When Jupiter enters Aries next week, we could experience some sort of wake-up call. Things will become much more active and lively as we work on new beginnings. With that increase in energy, anger and violence could also be triggered. So the war in Ukraine may enter an all-new, hotter phase. Recently, Putin has been making new threats, particularly of the nuclear kind. Actually, the final degrees of an outer planet can be pretty destructive, especially in Pisces. So I'm concerned that some disasters could come up, both natural and man-made. Stay safe. Anyway, so people could find something to be angry about. Maybe relating to the economy or food shortages, the war, or maybe even some news or information coming to light. Whatever the reason, they would no longer be as docile as they were when Jupiter was in Pisces. But we'll talk more about this in next week's video. And that's it. Thanks for watching the astrology of May 2 to 8. Please like and subscribe for more astrology. Thanks. Goodbye.